Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope this lesson finds you in good health today. What we're going to be doing for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is learning about volume. And last year you learned about volume as it related to rectangular solids. This year you're going to learn about volume as it relates to these conic shapes that we have: cylinders, spheres, and cones. And so those are the three that you're going to learn this year. So when we talk about the volume of a cylinder, which is what we're going to start with, and up over here on the right-hand side, you see a picture of what a cylinder is. Let's start with, first of all, that basic definition of what is volume. Volume is the amount of three-dimensional space that something takes up. It's also referred to as capacity. Okay, it's also referred to as capacity. Now, when we look at volume, there's going to be three formulas that we learned this week. And the volume of a cylinder, the formula is V equals pi r squared times the height. So the way that you read this formula is V stands for volume, and we are going to round to the 10th. So all of our volume computations are going to be rounded to the 10th. And then we're going to have here the pi symbol, which we know that is pi, and we're going to use 3.14. So anytime we see pi, use 3.14. Do not use the pi key on your calculator because you will get a slightly different answer. Okay, r is going to be the radius. Okay, so when you look at the radius of a circle, which all of these are based upon a circle, right up here you see the line that goes from the center to a point on the edge of your circle. That is the radius. And the radius is always 1/2 of the diameter. Okay? So remember that, because some of these are going to be diameters, some are going to be radiuses. So remember, your radius is always 1/2 of the diameter. And then h is going to be the height. All right? So that's our basic volume formula that we're going to begin with today, is volume equals pi r squared times the height, where V is the volume, pi is 3.14, r is the radius, and h is the height. So let's move to our three examples down below. And I would like for you to do these examples in your notebook or whatever you're doing notes on, and let me see them when you're done so I can see that you understand how to do volume. All right then, so if I look at my first cylinder, I have a height of 18 and I have a radius of 6. So if I start with my V equals pi r squared times the height, my volume is going to equal 3.14 because that's pi. My radius is 6, so it's going to be 6 squared. And then my height is 18. All right, so I'll show you the easiest way to do this on your TI-84 calculator. Is what you're going to do is you come over here and you're going to type 3.14, and then you hit the times key, 6, go up to the x squared button, and then times 18, and you get the answer 2034.72. So that means my answer is going to be 2034.7. Because since I round to my 10th position, it comes out to be a 7 since it was a 2 that was in my 100th position. Okay? So if I look at this next example, I've got here, again, we'll begin with our basic volume formula. Volume equals pi r squared times the height. So here again, volume is going to equal 3.14 times the radius squared. So here my radius is 4. So it's going to be 4 squared. And then I've got my height, which is 12. All right. So again, if I go to my calculator app and I type 3.14 times 4 squared times 12, that gives me an answer of 602.88. So I'm going to round that up to 602.9. So here my volume equals 602.9. And then for my last example, we're going to have volume equals pi r squared times the height. So again, my volume is going to be 3.14. My radius. Now, look here. This time I have a diameter because the diameter goes all the way across the circle. So my diameter, whenever I have a radius, it equals my diameter divided by 2, or half of my diameter. So my radius here is going to be 10 divided by 2, which means my radius equals 5. All right, everyone follow that? The radius is half of the diameter. So if you look at the previous two examples, your radius went from the center to the edge of the circle. Here the diameter goes from all the way across through the center. So I'm going to have 3.14 times 5 squared, and then all of that times 20. So here my volume is going to equal 3.14 times 5 to the second power, 5 squared, times 20 is 1,570. So I simply come back over here and type 1,570. So that's all there is to volume, ladies and gentlemen. Volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. That's where we're going to start with our volume discussion. So there is an assignment for you to do. It's the volume of cylinders, and it is 12 easy examples. They're all radiuses except for number 6. Number 6 is a diameter, but we'll start just using radiuses, and then we'll add diameters in later on this week. So if you have any questions, you can find me on Google Meet between 11 and 1, or email me, or message me, preferably message me through Google Classroom if you've got questions about this assignment. Thank you. Have a great day, and thank you for being awesome, dedicated students. I appreciate it.